Won't you take me home? Give me wings to fly. We can run away. Castle in the sky.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Inquisitive Galaxy, and today we are back with another episode from the planet series. Today we will talk about the two mighty gas giants of the solar system, namely Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest planet in the solar system, has its own mysteries. Much of the planet is gaseous and it lacks a definitive solid surface. Much less was known about Jupiter until Voyager 1 and 2 flew by. Jupiter is the first planet to be formed in the solar system. Jupiter's rocky core consolidated first and later migrated away from the Sun. Jupiter is massive in size. Its mass is equivalent to 2.5 times that of all other planets in the solar system combined. Jupiter has an enormous gravity that can allow it to have objects like meteorites or asteroid fragments to orbit around it. Jupiter has 79 moons, including the 4 moons namely Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto. Pioneer 10 was the first space probe to visit Jupiter. It measured Jupiter's magnetic field and found that it extends up to Saturn. The Voyager 1 space probe observed the movement of Jupiter's cloud bands. Jupiter's atmosphere is mainly composed of hydrogen, helium, methane and water vapor. The ingredients of Jupiter's atmosphere have been found similar to that of the Sun, which led scientists to hypothesize that Jupiter was destined to be the binary twin star of the Sun, but its fate proved otherwise. It is relatively easy to spot Jupiter in the summer sky. It is the brightest among all the objects in the summer night sky, and it can be seen in the east. There is a cyclone in Jupiter that has been raging for 350 years. It is termed as the Great Red Spot. The wind speed around the Great Red Spot is about 430 to 680 km per hour, and the spot is bigger than our own planet Earth. Beneath the deck of clouds, Jupiter is an absolute mystery. At the deepest layers of Jupiter, the pressure and temperature is so high that hydrogen exists as a supercritical fluid. Gases like helium and neon liquefies at that condition, forming rain-like droplets. As per latest observation by Juno, it has been found that Jupiter has a rocky core and it is surrounded by a mantle made of metallic hydrogen, where hydrogen acts as an electrical conductor. Much less is known about the deepest layer of the planet, as beyond that the pressure is too much for any object to survive. Jupiter till today protects us from the harmful space objects hurtling towards the inner solar system. So in a way, Jupiter is saving us from a global extinction. However, Jupiter can also be considered as the godfather of the solar system. If he decides to align differently, then he would simply pave a way for destruction of Earth. Saturn, the Lord with the rings, has always been everyone's favorite planet. The planet with the rings is indeed unique. Saturn has almost 82 moons and it beats Jupiter to become the planet with the highest number of moons. Jupiter is named after the Roman god of harvest and agriculture, and it is the second largest planet in our solar system. Like Jupiter, Saturn is also composed of hydrogen and helium, and its density is much less than water. Saturn's atmosphere also contains methane, ammonia and propane. Like Jupiter, Saturn also has belts of cloud, but they are too faint. The belts were discovered when Voyagers flew by Saturn. The rings of Saturn has attracted people for ages, and it is composed mostly of ice and rock. The rings were probably formed when a large planetoid came too close to Saturn and the tidal forces disintegrated the planetoid and it became Saturn's rings. Cassini's spacecraft observed a hexagonal storm in Saturn's north pole. The Sides of the hexagon are 13,800 kilometers long. Much less is known about that atmospheric phenomenon till today. Rings of Saturn are also visible with a decent telescope. Galileo first mistook Saturn's ring to be gigantic ears, which was disproved later on. The interior of Saturn is very much similar to that of Jupiter. The spacecrafts who visited the giants also witnessed lightning on Jupiter and Saturn, which perplexed scientists. These bolts are much stronger and more frequent than the ones we have on Earth. These planets are the most powerful ones and have a great influence on the solar system. So, if the solar system is a WhatsApp group, then Jupiter and Saturn are the admins. And once again, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, then do drop a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We will see you in the next video.